XRP, we start with 1 hour chart. Just I want to give a quick update, and mostly want to see how we can look at the chart, because the way it's moving is really corrective, and we cannot get really good trade setup. Mostly all is a short term. Anyway, if you refer to our analysis in my last video, since the price was here, we mentioned we're looking for the flat, and we mentioned this line can be adjusted. The price dropped quite a lot, okay, as what we expected, because if we wants to put this one in relative to this, we're not expecting the price to drop this much. Anyway, the way it's moving is really corrective, okay, and we want to see whether we can put our line here. Again, these lines that are indicative, we're looking at the flat. We can look at this flat in this way, but it's not really good. But anyway, we just leave our line there. And one things I need to highlight here, if you want to put this move, mostly we're looking at this one as the first move. And again, whatever the lines I put here is just indicative. We can put this one in relative to this as a flat, but it's not really good idea. Another way, we can, the best things is if we put this one as a first move and this one as a correction, okay, then we don't need these lines anymore, okay. It doesn't mean we cannot put this one in relative to this, because even we can expect the price drop, then to break the previous, then we will looking at the flat. And technically, based on experience, this is not really good way to read the chart. And right now we're looking at this one. We want to see whether we can put this one as a first and this one as a correction or not. Okay, we can put this one as a correction relative to this, as long as the price haven't broke 0.835. Okay, and as you can see, the price is correcting here. If the price start to reverse as a corrective move, that means they give us deeper correction. This is where we can expect the price to retest the previous low. Okay, this is what we need to be quite careful. But by the way, we couldn't call this one as a three-wave structure with a divergence. That's why we are not expecting the price to drop this much. Anyway, since the price, I mean, the way it's moving is really corrective, and sometimes you don't need to be really rely on the analysis, because it depends on the market situation. We can see the different expectation. That's why whenever we're looking for the trade, we mentioned we have to get the trade set up. Okay, at least we can get the confirmation for the next move. Anyway, if we move to daily chart, as you can see, the price couldn't reverse, and still we can look at this one as a flat. This is what we have been looking for, the reversal. Okay, the first things I need to highlight here, we can expect the price to consolidate here for a longer time. But if we want to look for the long-term trade as an investment, we need to see the breakout of this correction, either top or low. Okay, whether, because we need to see the confirmation when breakout of this correction before we look for long-term trade. Any trade we're talking about is within this correction. Okay, that means we try to get the trade within the correction, mostly for buy if we want to long term. Then if it move in our direction, we keep. If not, we take out the trade in a small profit or break even. I mean, it depends on the target. All right, anyway, we move to forward chart, and again, if you refer to our analysis, we have been looking for the flat. And when I see this move, I mentioned the way is reversing is very corrective. We can put in relative to any of this for the price to drop. Okay, right now we want to see whether the price can retest the previous low, or it is a correction in relative to this. Okay, we are not really interested to look for sell unless we see the proper trade setup from here. But if we see the reversal, any trade setup for buy, we'll take it. And again, any trade from now is a short-term trade, because the way is moving is really corrective. And if we get any trade setup we see is not moving in our direction, we don't keep more than 2 to forward. All right, and if the price is going to drop from here, similar to what we have here, because every time we see the small correction and the price is dropping, we just let it go. We are not going to look for trade. The only times you can look for sell if this one turns to a deeper correction. Then from there we consider we can get the confirmation for the price to drop, but still we can look for reversal. That's mean if we get any sharp move flag, we can look for buy. With the breakout of the top, we start to manage it. That means still we can look put this one as a correction relative to this move. Any reversal from here, we can look for trade for buy. Okay, anyway, right now we don't have any trade setup, and as I mentioned, the way it's moving is really corrective. It's like uh, the volume is not that much that can move the direction price in the one direction. Mostly when we have this kind of the movement, we can look for the short term trade. Anyway, we just follow the chart. If I see any confirmation for the next move or any update, I will share. Thanks.